welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Charlotte Tillbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. Now, if you guys have been watching me for a very long time, then you know that I used to wear the Charlotte Tillbury Magic Away Concealer. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up here somewhere. That was actually a really good concealer. My problems with that concealer was that it specifically had that little click up thing that you click it up and then it has like the mushy top and you put the top in and it's just dirty and gross, and I really hated the component. But the concealer itself was really like a beautiful concealer. I think so many people were complaining about the component. My hope was that this concealer was that concealer just with a new packaging. That's the only reason I bought this concealer. I'm still reviewing this concealer separately, but I just personally wanted to compare the two. Anyway, if you are interested in this concealer and my thoughts on it, all that great stuff, then please continue to watch. Alright, so this is what the actual packaging looks like up close. It is $33, 4.25 ounces. Compared to the Huda Beauty Faux filter, this one is $29, 4.3 ounces or 30 ounces if you want to call it like that. And now it does look smaller, but this one does have more. Of course, we always compare to the Born This Way multi-use. This is Bay. Now this one is $34, 4.5 ounces, so half an ounce here. And there's that. And then we will also compare it to something that's a little bit less expensive. This one is $19. This is a Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Concealer. And this one is $19 for 0.25 ounces. So both of these are 0.25. This one is $19. So that's a few comparisons. I like to do that every now and then when I have concealer videos. Now the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Radiant Skin Concealer. It comes in 30 shades. I got the shade 10, which is like a neutral peach, which is not in any way a color that I would go for. However, in this 30 shades of ranges, the depth of shades jumps a little bit, so the next shades up were a little bit darker and the ones below were way too light, and where I would need my undertone didn't really fit in with the colors that they had, if that makes sense. So this is just what I went with. When I put my powders on, I usually use like a yellow tinted powder and it's fine. Now it is your basic doe foot applicator. It's nothing special. It doesn't feel really heavy or luxurious or expensive. And as I said before, it's no longer that clicky situation, which I'm super duper happy about. I really hated that. So now we are gonna go in on this side. First, I'm gonna get this area right here because this area is a problem area for me. I have a little bit of that darkness with the little divot right here. So I like to really get it in this area, but get it a little bit lower as well. And then I like to go ahead and just bring it around. Now, if y'all don't do that, y'all ain't gotta do that. I like to do that. Also, as I said, I am gonna be using a yellow powder. This one is the Laura Mercier loose setting powder. This is just the original in honey. I don't know if I said it or not, but it is super creamy. I'm gonna add a little bit more in that one section. Now this is one of those concealers you can build up, and that's the other thing about this doe foot. It is a regular doe foot, but it doesn't give off as much product as I would like. But I don't mind going back and forth. Like, I don't mind having to add a little bit more here and there after I blend. I'm okay with that. No concealer with concealer. No concealer, no powder. And with concealer and powder. Everything looks smooth, everything looks lifted, it doesn't look as indented in, all that great stuff, as you guys can see. I could have went in with like a color corrector to really nullify the dark circles underneath. I'm not one to be like crazy about that these days. I prefer like less steps. But if you're somebody that does want to go in with a color corrector, you can definitely do that to get all the dark circles and then go in with your concealer and all that great stuff. I'm just going to show y'all bare minimum because it's a bare minimum kind of day. But yeah, it still looks lifted, still looks smooth. under the eye. No creasing. It didn't stick into any of the fine lines that I have. It is a decent medium coverage type of situation. From what I remember of the original Magic Away, I think it was what it was called. From what I remember, it did have a little bit more of a coverage, and it was like a natural coverage, I think. To me, I do think that I still like the original formula better, but I'm not mad at this one. I guess for me, it's not as comparable as I thought it was gonna be in my head. I really thought it was gonna like be that concealer, but just with a doe foot, which is really all I wanted. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup. I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so this is the full face. It does say that it is a radiant finish. One of the things about this on my skin is it isn't like the most radiant. It's a little bit more, when I kind of blend it out, a little bit sticky matte, if that makes sense. It does have a slight sheen to it, but not enough that I would call it radiant on my dry skin. But it does have hyaluronic acid in it, so that makes sense why it's not radiant on my skin anyway. It says a creamy, skin-like, medium to full coverage concealer that visibly conceals, brightens, and lifts eyes and face. Available in 30 waterproof shades with up to 16 hours of wear. I'm not gonna do a 16-hour wear test, but I will show you what it looks like at the end of the day. I love this concealer in that it can definitely be worn with different powders, different products. It blends really beautifully into whatever I have put it with. I do imagine that this would be a good spot concealer. Like I said, it does mix well with any foundations or any powders or anything else that I've used it with. To me, the original Magic Away concealer had a little bit more of a glow to it, a radiance to it that really worked well with my skin. I do believe that the older concealer had such a beautiful consistency. It was super duper creamy, super blendable, and on my skin, the actual radiance shone. It shone through. And again, this concealer in general, the Radiant Skin Concealer, the new one, it's still a good concealer and I really, really like it, especially in comparison to other concealers that I've been trying lately, like the new ones. I will let you guys know if I end up purchasing another one. As of right now, my mind is like probably not, but I can't say that for sure because this is the concealer that I've been using the most. So I don't know if I'd repurchase, but I do know that I really, really, really do like it. Not as much as the Magic Away concealer. I really wish they'd have just repackaged that. Alright guys, that about does it for me. I hope I wasn't too rambly. I know I talked a lot. It's been a minute though. I miss you guys, so it's just me rambling. It's us. Anyway, that about does it for me, guys. Hopefully this video was helpful, informative, all that great stuff. If it was, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up. Be sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, all that great stuff. Share the video. Share the video if it's in your heart to do so. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.